Good morning. It's 11 o'clock on Monday, the 23rd of November, 2020. Welcome to this urgent Leader of the Council Cabinet Member meeting. I'll take item 1 is apologies first. Karen.
None received.
Item 2 is the identification of any urgent items.
Yes, item 5 in relation to Ravensdale Infant School post-fire recovery.
Okay, thank you. Declarations of interest. None. Good. Item 4 then is the minutes of the meeting held on the 18th of August 2020, which I've read. I'm comfortable with. Any comments or queries on those minutes? None. Then it can be agreed, I believe. So we'll move straight on then to the urgent key decision, which is the Ravensdale Infant School post-fire recovery. And I take it, Gamal, you're going to lead on this one.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you. I'll pull out key points from the report. And Chair, just to firstly outline the reason for the urgency of this report and being treated as an urgent item. The reason for that is following the devastating fire at Ravensdale Infant School, the fire building was completely damaged and has been fenced off, and we need to proceed with demolishing that building, and therefore this report is urgent in order to place orders in order to appoint contractors to demolish the building. And then the second aspect is around placing orders this side of Christmas in order to secure temporary accommodation for some of the pupils who are currently decant in other schools in Mickleover, Chair. So they're the 2 points, the reason for urgency. So Chair, in terms of the report itself, 1.1 again outlines what I've just outlined, that it's necessary to seek approval to place orders and award contracts for the demolition and site clearance of Ravensdale Infant School, and to provide temporary accommodation for part of the school following the recent fire. 1.2 outlines the costs. Demolition is estimated to cost $239,000 in readiness for work to progress or planning in relation to the new school. And 1.2, second bullet point there, outlines the cost of the temporary accommodation together with associated site works and grounds work at a cost of £1 million. Urgent approval is needed in order to place the order to hire the temporary accommodation and the availability of hire units. And 1.4 outlines that each element, demolition and the temporary buildings, will be funded by our insurers, who have agreed agreement in principle for these orders to be placed for those budget sums, and then we'll reimburse the council on actual costs, Chair. Running to the main body of the report, 4.2 outlines the stages of the recovery plan. Stage 1 being demolition, and stage 2 being having some temporary arrangements on the Ravensdale site in due course. Stage 3 being reallocation of some of the year groups that are currently in other schools at the moment, and will be also be at the Castlewood Primary School from September 2021. And stage 4 is permanently rebuild the Ravensdale Infant School as a new school, likely to be around April 2022. 4.3 sets out the figures again I've outlined earlier. 4.6 outlines that our discussions with the loss adjuster is that although they are not able to agree the specific figures, because the final contract cost will emerge in due course, the loss adjuster has confirmed approval to both elements going ahead as proposed. And then 4.8, Chair, is outlining that once final agreements have been reached with the insurer on progressing the permanent replacement new school building, a further report will be presented to Council Cabinet for consideration and approval to proceed with building a replacement new school on the Ravensdale Infant School site. So, Chair, the recommendations are set out within the report from 2.1 to 2.5. Happy to take any questions.
Thank you, Gamal. Just one point of clarity for me in terms of just some reassurance that currently all the year groups and the nursery that were at Ravensdale, they are being accommodated elsewhere, and education is as far as possible normal for them.
Yes, Chair, absolutely confirm that. So the nursery pupils are currently at Brookfield Primary School in the Children's Centre stroke nursery unit there. Some of the year groups are at Highfields Primary School, at Hackwood Primary School, and at Murray Park School as well. So yes, Chair, all the children are in education, whilst we appreciate the disruption it causes to learning, but they're all in education, and this is now forward planning for those arrangements to continue in due course, and preparing for a return eventually to the Ravensdale Infant School site.
Thank you. Obviously, it's a horrendous set of circumstances, massive damage, but major disruption for the children. But I'm aware and would like you to pass my thanks on to the team for all their efforts in the timeliness of making arrangements to get the children back in education. I know it was done very swiftly, very cleanly, and very smartly. So if you'd pass my thanks on to the team, I would be obliged. Yeah.
Thank you, Chair. We'll pass those on, and also to the school, because the council have been working closely with the school head teacher and the school leadership team. So certainly, Chair, will pass on your good wishes. Thank you.
I've seen that about the headmistress, I believe. Thank you. Yvonne, did you want to come on? Add to anything to the Gamal's comments?
You kind of took the words out of my mouth there, Leader. I just wanted to say that the teams and the school staff and head teacher have been absolutely amazing. They have worked so quickly and efficiently together, and I think it is showing really well how people can work under such circumstances. But I too would also like to thank the school staff and Gamal and his team and all the other teams that have worked around this, because there has been several teams that are working on this, and obviously we're nowhere near finished at the moment, but to actually have got this far this quickly, I'm really pleased with the teams. There is obviously going to be more work to do. And I know that Gamal and the team will make sure that their communications with the school and therefore with the parents and the carers is totally up to date and kept informed all the way along. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Any other comments, questions? Councillor Hazelgrave, you've been patiently listening. Any queries?
Yes, I'd like to add formally my thanks on behalf of the Labour Group for all the work that's been done by officers and the administration to make sure that this has been a very smooth operation in terms of restoring children's education in a fitting setting. My worry is that this may cause, and understandably cause, consternation among parents, and that there may be some reluctance for children to be signed up to the school, and the primary school that may be, in the light of this disruption. Is there any evidence that parents are, or potential parents for next year, are considering elsewhere rather than Ravensdale for the children, and what can we do to reassure parents if there is such a trend?
Thank you, Chair. I mean, currently the statistics we've been looking at within our admissions team don't show a significant drop or change in terms of next year's applications. But Chair, the head is in direct communication with parents virtually weekly in order to reassure that current interim arrangements are working effectively, the importance of teaching and learning, and also, Chair, transport arrangements were also provided in relation to current decant arrangements to help parents and to minimise disruption So Chair, at this stage, kind of all parties are working hard and engaging and communicating effectively with parents to try and ensure a stable education and pupil number and admissions for next year and applications remain on track, and we will of course continue to monitor that closely with the school and engaging effectively with parents.
Thank you, Gamal. I'm relieved and reassured by that, because it would be unfortunate if parents did kind of jump ship because of that, as I'm sure they will end up with much better facilities for their children, purpose-built in the 21st century, etc. You know, the decant down to Castleward, although it would be a longer journey, that's a brand new school anyway, so they're going to get really good facilities, even if they've got to travel a little bit further to get to them.
Okay, thank you. Unless there's anything else, just one little observation from me. It's around the costs, and the cost will eventually be the cost, but it does make me smile when I see estimates from loss adjusters of £239,506. If only they could be that accurate when we estimate these things in the future, or in any other form, that would be great. But I'm just wondering where the pennies are along with the £1,005,981. If there's no missing pennies there, that would be interesting. But I'm sure, as we've talked about, these are estimates. This will be what the final figure will be known and will be reported. So I'm sure that's fine. Okay, good. Unless there's anything else, I think that concludes.
Chair, were you thinking of having a sweep on the actual answer to the thing? I'd like to put a higher figure.
Yeah, you're going to go higher, are you? Okay. Well, I'm ever the optimist and going to go lower by £1.37. So we'll see how that works out. Okay, thank you, folks. Thanks for your time today, and stay safe out there. Thank you.